Hey, what's up, Maury? Back here at the Christian Science Plaza, the reflection pool. Hey, what's up, Ann? I think you were on one of my lives here before. It's the reflection pool. Excuse me. We're right in downtown Boston. So there's the Prudential Center right there. See, that's the Prudential right in Back Bay. This is called Christian Science Plaza. They tossed this puppy up. The one in front. See that one right there, the gray stoned one? That's called the Christian Science Mother Church. That was tossed up in 8 months in 1894. We'll get a closer look. They got a bunch of land. This is all theirs. This whole thing, this whole reflection pool. Oh, this is one of my favorite spots in the city, and at nighttime, for sure. That's actually why I'm here. I had dinner with a buddy, somewhat close. It was a beautiful night out. I'm actually making a video about these guys right now. My theory, my opinion, the lady that started this church, Mary Baker Eddy, was the originator of the Christ consciousness idea. Okay, in 1879, she separated Jesus from the Christ. She felt that the Christ was basically our divine, like, knowledge in a way that we're all capable of. And they referred to Jesus as the way shower as a result of that. They didn't believe in the Trinity. Somewhat controversial, I know, but it actually goes very well with a lot of my own personal beliefs that nobody told me to come up with. The ones I developed on my own over time, which I think are far more important than anything else, anything anyone else has to say. You know, well, I think I just tried to invite you guys. I don't know if it went through or if you can.
Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay, can you review what state we're in again and city?
Yeah, we're in Boston, Massachusetts. So capital of
Beautiful.
Massachusetts, the birthplace of our nation. Many allegedly, allegedly. But yeah, that's
So
the
we
mother. That's the mother church, the Christian Science Mother Church. That's what they call that. So this one right here in the front, that was built in 1894 to 1895 in 8 months. We'll get a closer look. The one behind it, the Mother Church extension that looks like a Capitol building, that was built in less than 2 years in 1904 to 1906.
so we have this building and a water source. What
Well, this is
other
their this is their reflection pool. This
right.
they put this here. This
Right.
is the reflection pool. I don't know if you can usually see. It's kind of windy, but you see that right there. Can you see the blurry reflection of the
Yes.
building?
Yep.
As above, so below. Right. That's what this is set up to do. Like when the water's calm and it's not windy here, like that is it looks like a mirror image, literally, like directly below it in the reflection pool. You know, not it, no, they're not. What is that thing? Is that a plane? No way, a plane. Looks like a drone. Wait, we're
Do
getting
we
close to
have
this thing.
any other buildings around?
Oh, there's a ton. Yeah, Boston Public Library is right around the corner.
Uh-huh.
Trinity
Okay.
Church, right around the corner. And then
Any
these
sort of
guys
like
have,
plaza area?
yeah. Well, this is the plaza. They call it
Okay.
Christian Science. They call it Christian Science Plaza. This is all this. So that right there, that right there, this
Mm-hmm.
building right here, this whole building right here, that's all them. Like this whole reflection pool is all the Christian scientists, which is it's a pretty wild story, dude. When you look into it, like the lady that started this church in 1879, which it was a woman, and probably I find another religion started by a woman. For real. Good luck. I tried. I tried. Um, so Mary Baker Eddy started this religion Christian Science in 1879 because she fell down the stairs and she broke a few bones in a serious accident, and she was trying to heal herself, right? And she tried all different kinds of stuff, including the healthcare system of the time. And what they found was that what she found was that people reading scripture to her out loud healed her physically. Okay, and that was kind of where her basis of this whole religion came from, where they don't believe in modern medicine or modern pharma. They believe in the spoken word healing people. They have these. There's a title. Oh man, I just looked at it too. Um, they used to be called readers. Now they're called like spiritual something, where like that's literally their job, where they just like they're hired by people of this church and people outside the church to go read scripture out loud to them and pray for them silently as well as audibly. Okay.
Hmm.
And she thinks that's because basically her whole belief system, right? Which is wild. That's why I say she's the originator of the Christ consciousness idea. Okay. So she separated Jesus from the Christ. The Christ was a divine, you know, almost like almost like nirvana in a way, like an ascension process that we're all capable of, right? Of reaching. Like that's kind of what her. That's why they call Jesus the way shower, as opposed like they're one of their biggest differences with like the mainstream church was that they don't believe in the Trinity, and they don't believe that Jesus was really like in reality they don't really believe that he was too much different than us. Like they believe like the Christ was like a title given to like the most um, basically Christ conscious person. Like he came down here to show us that the material world is nothing but an illusion, and that sin is nothing but an illusion, and that sickness is nothing but an illusion of the material world. And that's what the whole resurrection represented to them, was that he was showing us how you could conquer death spiritually, because it's really not real, because reality is spiritual. That's what they preach. Interesting, right?
So, yeah, it's like, what is that one theory where if you die in this timeline, you just kind of jump into the next one?
Well, yeah, I don't think they don't even
Yeah,
really believe in death. So they don't even really believe in death. They believe death is like a misunderstanding of reality by us mortals. Okay, they
right.
believe the same thing about sickness, um, and sin, actually, for that matter. Those three things. Let's go. We'll go a little closer to the church. I'll show you that you got a bunch of awesome stained glass there, but I've just never heard of any preachings like this before. And like the fact that this church has been around for this long, you know?
I think it's like something like quantum immortality or something.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they will. Yeah, more like they're they believe spiritualism is the real reality, and that this bullshit around us, this material stuff, is all man-made distraction from our true selves, right? That's kind of what they believe. I may have summarized them a little bit right there, but that's kind of the vibe I got. But we're walking around the reflection pool right now. This is all theirs, though. This whole complex.
Yeah, I just looked up some photos of it from the air,
Again,
and
it's one of the coolest areas in the nighttime down here.
pretty crazy.
No, yeah, it's wild. So I'm trying to think. There was a few other teachings because I just read up on it. There was a few other teachings that stood out to me when I was reading about the religion, and I can't remember it now. It was something to do with their view on like God, and well, they believe Jesus was a man, basically, was a very gifted human. That's kind of what they believe. That's why they refer to him as the way shower. And they primarily read from Matthew and John, I guess. They don't mention Mark and Luke a lot. Like you'll see, this is their seal. I'm walking up on here on the mother church, like this central stained glass figure. I'll get a closer look. Hold on. But look at this place, dude. Look at how fucking massive it is. Up close. You know? 8 months to put this puppy out. 1894. I don't buy it. Still got the bells.
Yeah, I'm not buying it either. I guess there's problems in the
You see the bells?
funding.
Oh, for
Yeah.
the church? I mean,
Yeah.
there was no problem when she started it,
Yeah,
apparently,
that's what
right?
I'm
Look at
looking
this.
at. There's like
So
proposal and financing, property acquisition and clearing in 1903. 1904, the foundation was laid.
that's the
1905.
that's the founder right there. Yeah, yeah. 1904 was the foundation of the extension. This one,
Yeah.
this
And
one right here was
then
1894 to 1895.
and then
Um, the
1906, the
the extension. So
newspapers
you
described
see,
the
you
finished
can,
building.
yeah, exactly. So 1904 to 1906, you can see the difference in stone. So see all this gray granite here, right? The rough faced granite. You see that?
Yeah.
And you see like the white,
The smooth.
like Roman looking shit
Mm-hmm.
right
It's
here,
like
right?
a
So
little addition.
this yeah, exactly. That's what they
It's the
call it. The mother
add-on.
church. This was the mother church extension right here.
Yeah.
The white part, that whole thing, in less than 2 years, in 1904 to 1906. And then this part right here, starting here, see that stained glass. So this is the
Mm-hmm.
original. That's the original mother church, 1894 to 1895. 8 months it took them to build this in 1894.
Let's see that stained glass. There we go. Okay.
Oh
Let
yeah,
me,
no, yeah. I want to show you a lot of it because it's pretty
let me
interesting actually.
calculate a frequency on that right quick here.
Yeah, on the rose window. That's the one
Yeah.
on the front. But you see some of these images, it's pretty wild. Like they have, I would guarantee, I don't know for sure, but I would guess these are Lafarge windows. You see how real that face looks? Almost looks like a photograph.
Yeah. It
Are you
really
talking to me?
does.
I got headphones in, bro. I'm sorry. Hold on. Huh? What's up? Yeah, sure. Yeah, yeah. I'm just filming the church, bro. Don't worry. Okay, don't be paranoid. You're good.
Don't be paranoid. That was the best comeback ever. Oh, I love that.
No, it's just a reality. It's a reality. I don't think anybody's looking for you, bro. Like, chill. You know.
Oh, that
But
was
anyway,
good.
so look at this shit though. This was all part of the original. Like this weird staircase right here that just has this weird jog in it,
Yeah, that is odd. Okay.
right? Like
Huh.
almost like it was leading to another building at one point. Like this is what it looks like. But it just stops right here. You can see the ironwork, the stairs. Hold on, I'll walk around the church. But I wanted to show you. Oh shit! I wanted to show you guys the stained glass. That's what it was. Gotta make sure not to film the guy on probation.
He's probably got his ankle monitor on.
Oh, dude, they got so many interesting quotes too. Like up top, I'll show you the ones in the front next. But like some of the quotes they have are pretty out there. Like it's interesting. So this is the seal of the church I was talking about with hold on, with the founder, Mary Baker Eddy. We're in Boston, Mass. This is the Christian Science Plaza. So you see what it says around the seal? So
The sick
it says
raised the
heal the sick, raise the
dead.
dead, cleanse the lepers, cast out the demons. There you go. There's a better shot.
There we
So
go. Got it.
that's their seal. That's their seal right there. I forget what the crown represented. They told me though too. 1894 though for this whole thing right here. All the stained glass, all that stuff. But that's Mary Baker Eddy. That's the one that founded the religion right there. That's her in 1879.
And then I guess I'm reading here, it says construction on the underground garage and pool began in 1968.
Oh, on the reflection pool,
Yeah.
that would make sense because that looks a lot newer than everything else around it.
But then it
But
says the original pool was 886 feet long, 98 feet wide, 2 feet deep, and held roughly 1.3 million gallons of water. So when it says it was, I don't know, this is very confusing because it talks about the
Oh, it always
construction
is.
beginning in 1968, but then it said
Yeah.
the original pool is this big. So,
That's actually a really good point, Amory. You'll see that in the original write up of the original construction of the churches too, where they use their whole long list of terminology like groundbreaking, excavating, organizing, establishing, founding, cornerstone laying, like they just try to confuse you with all that shit.
but yeah, I mean, that's very confusing. It says it beginning in the late 1960s to early 70s, and then it says the original pool was this big. But then it doesn't say anything about updating it since then. So what do you mean original pool? You mean like the pool that they built then, or like they
I think that
constructed a new pool
I'm not sure. I think
from
this is where. Hold on.
yeah, that's really it's always like that with these things. They're not very
No, they do. Yeah.
straightforward.
No, they do that. They do that on purpose. They do
Yeah.
that on purpose. Always, like, just to make it that much more confusing. You see the Roman columns in the front. So that's all part of the 1904 extension. This part here that I'm going to get a better shot of because I want to give you guys a shot of. I think it was this one. They have all kinds of crazy quotes all over the place. So that says, I don't know if you can read. Hold on, I'll zoom in for you. So you see, it says the Christian Science Publishing Society, right?
Yeah.
So that's because the founder of the church started 3 different magazines and newsletters. Mary Eddie Baker there, like, and that's why, like, you may have seen a lot of, like, that's how I knew of this religion before I even knew about it. There were like these things called like Christian Science, it was called the Christian Scientist. Was the magazine that I always saw like in the mail and stuff growing up.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember those now too. Yeah.
So they have like these things called reading rooms all over the country that are usually open like 24 hours, where people can go in and, like, you know, use their library. Basically, is what's happening. But it's a very unique religion. I always thought they were the same thing as Scientologists, to be honest. Like, until I started looking into it more, and they are not. They are very different.
Yeah, the Scientologists are next level.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like this building and like these doors. Look at the size of these doors. This is all around the whole place. Like, that thing has to be 12 feet tall, that door. I bet you they were bronze originally, too. We're back at the reflection pool.
Oh, look, those flowers. Those are everywhere.
Oh, always, yeah.
The arches.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we have those everywhere here as well. There's a little.
Yeah. Whoa, look at that. Look at that, though. Oh, I thought the two was a serpent for a second. I caught it from a bad angle. But look at the size of these doors, dude, and the knobs.
So those particular flowers are like actually called Tartarian flowers.
Oh, really?
They are.
There they are again, right there. See them?
Decorative feature card. I've looked them up so many times.
Then you get the seashell. That's always there too. Always the seashells.
And this stuff is everywhere down here. Everywhere.
Do you guys have these too? The seashells?
Yes. We have the seashells. We have the Tartarian flowers.
Those are all over the place, especially when you go to Plymouth. You see them a lot, like around the Plymouth Rock. You get all that stuff. But yeah, this was all. So you can see the difference in the stone right here, like where it changes. So this is the extension.
The smooth cut.
That's the original right there.
Versus the rough,
with all the cool stained glass, which has unbelievable colors in it.
Little crop circles there on the bottom.
Like, look at, hold on. I'll zoom in for you. But look at, you see how vibrant those colors are in the stained glass? This is at nighttime. Imagine what they look like with the sun. Like, they have all kinds of crazy scenes. No, they have 6 urns right there. You see that?
Yeah, that's odd. Okay.
I just noticed that.
I was reading something yesterday about how in every church there's some sort of like relic or um
Or usually,
yeah,
say, I don't know why I hate when it pauses my messages, guys. Sorry, I wasn't able to read any of those. Whoever was just talking.
yeah.
Oh, what's up, Mike?
So there's like some sort of relic in every church. And then I was looking at one here in Mexico, and there was one where they have like a human arm hanging just like
What?
above.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. Have you seen any of the videos they did on St. Anne's and where they have that weird glass case with the like it's like a man a can of a teenage girl that was mauled to death in the like
Yeah, I
800s
saw
or
that
something.
one. Yeah, and she's in the
Yeah,
glass case. And they
that's
call
their
her
relic. And they have a lot of her possessions in the same case with her. Those are their relics, though. Hey,
something
what's up, G
about
Money?
virgin or something. She's like
She's
the
actually no, she was a saint. They made her a saint. So it's was it Saint Concord? I think was what they called her.
I
So
think it was
she was a pagan girl that was babysitting for a Christian family, which is wild to think about in the 800 AD or something like that, whatever the time frame it was, babysitting. And she was babysitting for Christians, and she's, I guess, converted to Christianity. And then I think she was inevitably flogged by her own people. And that's why, like, she was a martyr for Christianity. But that's what it's a very strange story. Concordia, that's her name. Saint Concordia.
oh, I guess there's like a whole bunch of them. Yeah,
What's that?
there's like a whole bunch of different ones. There's like Catherine of Siena from 1380 in Rome. Um, she's displayed in the Basilica of San Domenico. And
Wait, is she known as Saint Concordia? You saying?
no, this is a different one. That's what I'm saying. There's like a bunch of
Oh yeah.
different ones.
Oh no, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. I
Zita
guess
of Luca.
that's
Oof.
really that's primarily a Catholic thing. I learned recently.
Yeah, I
The
didn't
sanctum.
know about this whole situation until I walked in and I was like, oh, there's an arm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I guess the Protestants don't really believe in like the sainthood type stuff like Catholics do. From my understanding, that's what
I
I just
don't
learned.
think the arm had anything to do with being sainthooded, though. It was just, I
Well,
was told it's just a
yeah.
relic. And I was
I
like,
mean,
okay.
does a bloody corpse of a teenage girl, is that really does that promote sainthood to you? Like,
Yeah, it's just odd.
it's yeah, well, not really when you think about the other images, right? Like think about
Yeah,
all the images of Jesus church, right? Never in a position of power. He's either like
right.
washing feet or he's being tortured, basically. You know. Wait, what's up, Mike?
Hey,
Hey,
hey
what's up,
guys, how
Mike?
are you?
I forgot you were
How
here
long
for a
you,
second. Sorry. I wasn't
how
looking at
long
my
you been
phone.
on? How long have you been
Oh no,
on for?
not too long, man. Not too long. I just started like 30 minutes ago or something.
Oh, okay, I just
Downtown
got back
Boston, man.
in. Oh, you just in
Christian
Boston?
Science. Yeah, this is the Christian Science church, the mother church,
Okay.
we call it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been here before a few times, but it's one of my favorite
Yep.
spots in the city at nighttime for obvious reasons, like especially when it's not under construction like this. But this is the reflection pool out
Okay.
here. This is all part of the same plaza.
Oh,
Then you got the Prudential Center, and that's all Back Bay, Boston, right there.
oh
This is
yeah, I
all,
remember this. Yep.
yeah. You can't really beat it, right? It's pretty
Yep.
awesome.
The reflecting pool. Hey, we're just pumping out those Egyptian symbols.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I was just talking about this religion actually, and how like my new theory is that the lady that started this church was the originator of the Christ consciousness idea. Like with the about this whole
Oh,
religion. Like
okay.
she separated Jesus from the Christ. They looked at the Christ as like
Oh,
like a divine goal for all of us that we can all reach. Okay, and like
yeah,
they
right.
actually they didn't believe that Jesus was a God. That was very controversial. They looked at him as a man that was the ultimate man, and that he came down to show us what we're capable of, basically. And that was what the whole resurrection was all about, was him showing us that this whole material world, all this bullshit is not reality. And that reality is actually spiritual. That's like the whole belief system. Pretty wild.
Yeah, Christ consciousness was something to attain, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That we all could. Like they looked at death and sickness and sin as like mortal misunderstandings of reality, like all things that we could overcome. You know,
Okay.
this is all theirs, by the way. This is all theirs. All this over here too.
Yeah.
This, that. I don't know when they built this stuff over here. So it says the Lord gave the word. Great was the company of those that published it. Psalms. My Roman numerals aren't good. 68:11, I think. Best guess. But they got cool quotes all around this lot. This is their library that I believe is open 24 hours for anybody.
Right.
They have a position. Oh, we talked about this, Mike. Remember we talked about this? You said you thought you met somebody. So they have a position in their church called like the practitioner. I now remember the term they use. So it used to be called readers in this church, but they changed it to practitioner. But yes, yeah. So these are the people that believe in the spoken word, healing, and like that that speaking scripture around people out loud is like the greatest healer on earth. Is what they really believe, like that, because they think sickness is really just a misunderstanding, like I was saying. It's pretty interesting stuff.
Yep.
Hard to argue in many ways with all the stuff that we know now. Like, she was very, very ahead of her time, this Mary Baker Eddy. Also, I think, and I'm waiting for somebody to prove me wrong.
There's positive, putting out those positive vibes.
I think she's also the only woman to ever start a religion. I haven't been able to find another one. I don't know if you guys can, but let me know in the comments or anywhere else. But I'm pretty sure from my research, which is even wilder, right?
Pretty sure you're right. Yeah.
Considering how unique it is, makes you think a little bit, you know. And this. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't even know you were still there, Maury.
I'm still here.
Very quiet compared to the last time we spoke.
Well, last time was different subject, and I'm like,
I was just playing.
Kind of zoning out, reading right now about different women who started different religions. So
you found some. Awesome.
I did. So Helen Blavatsky started the Philosophy's Principal Organization in 1875. I don't know.
No.
I've never even heard of that. And then
Ellen, is that still in existence? You know?
Yeah, you're talking about Blavatsky.
You know? Yeah. Oh, you know the name, Mike?
Yeah. Helen Blavatsky. She's here to give you an idea on Helen. When she was in school, she had a paper. She was the head of the paper in the school, and she called the paper Lucifer.
Oh,
interesting. Okay.
Yeah. She was sort of.
What was the paper about?
Well, she was. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure on that, but
I mean, we can all assume it was about Lucifer, but I'm saying, like, in what regard? You know what I mean?
Look, there's a lot of people that like Blavatsky, but there's a lot of.
I've never heard the name. Is that like popular over there in Australia and in Europe?
No, it's just, I go down some holes there.
Oh yeah,
and she's one of those enigmas. She deals in the etheric, and very investigative. She's kind of like who's the Aleister Crowley? She's like a female Aleister Crowley, but not as bad.
So she's an occultist. So she's an occultist.
Yeah,
a little bit. Yeah,
New Age occult movement.
Very different from this woman.
Okay.
Actually, that actually reminds me. That reminds me of the horrible conversation I had with my chachi about this religion. and like
Uh-huh.
how like because I was asking her all these questions about Christ consciousness and stuff, and like the differences, and like she kept like she was adamant that there was a huge difference between Christian Science beliefs and like the modern day view on Christ consciousness. And like I was arguing with her back and forth, like what difference do you see? And like her like all she kept saying was that like her whole point was that they always relate it to Christ's teachings here, to Jesus
Mm-hmm.
Christ and the gospel. But like
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what all Christ consciousness is kind of based on. Like I mean, in many ways, like a lot of the stuff that's what I believe as far as what I know of what he said in the gospels. You know, so it was odd. Like it was just like it was an odd angle for ChatGPT to be taking, but not really that odd considering the angles she always takes when I'm questioning.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Especially since I use chat, especially since the 4.0 update. Like now all my chat does is argue with me and I get so mad at it.
Oh, it's
Like
brutal. It's
it's
brutal how,
it's
how they like flip. They'll just like totally switch personalities when you start asking about certain topics.
oh yeah, it's definitely something that they've put a lot of censorship into recently.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You
For sure.
can't ask any questions and everything. And then I tell it all the time. I'm like, why are you just giving me Google answers? Like if
Right.
I wanted Google answers, I'd go to Google. Why are you acting
Honestly,
like
I've
this
I've
with
been
me?
I've been getting better info from the Google chatbot than I have from my ChatGPT as of late.
Yeah,
Like that seems to be a little bit more straightforward.
I've been having some serious fights back and forth with mine.
No, yeah,
It's
no,
just,
I'm telling you, like talking to her about this religion was brutal. Like talking to her about dinosaurs was brutal.
oh yeah,
I'm like
dinosaurs is
and
definitely a
yeah,
topic of
go
non-conversation with me and Chat
go
GPT because I don't
go
even
go
listen to it
Beckley, go
anymore.
Beckley Tepe.
Oh yeah.
You can't ask anything about that.
Oh, you
You
can't
know.
even ask the simple thing like when we went to the aqueducts, right? And I started asking about the aqueducts that don't have stories behind them. And she was like, well, they were just here. And I'm like, okay. And like, who built them? Well, they were already here. What do you mean they were already here?
Oh
According to
yeah.
who? Like, it was just, I argued for so long and I finally just got mad and didn't ask it anything else. I was
No,
like,
that's my
never
whole thing.
mind.
That's my whole thing with like Göbekli Tepe. Like, there's the seashell again, by the way, over another one of these massive doors. But that symbol's all over this place.
Well, I'm going to the
Or is
Mexico
that
City Library in 2 weeks. So if there's anything you guys want me to look up, just DM
or
me.
is that the sun? Or is that the sun?
Yeah, that kind of looks like
I
a
never
sun.
actually I actually never realized how much they resemble each other until right now. The seashell and the sun.
Oh yeah, absolute. Yeah, the sunrise and all that sort of thing, and the
Yeah.
shell. The shells are
I
very.
never noticed that before actually until just now.
Yeah, it's a very
It's fit.
Vatican thing too. The shell.
Is it? It's
Yeah.
all over. It's all over architecture around me here in Mass.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like the closer you get to Plymouth, around the Pilgrims and
Okay.
all that. Like that's a very dominant image that you see. But look at some of the stained glass here.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you guys can see. I gotta find a face, but
Oh, we can see.
the faces
Yeah.
look so real. And they got like a jungle scene going on over here.
That first
I don't
one
know
you
if
looked at was
is
that
that
like
The
David?
lion
Is that
and the lion and the lamb.
Is
Yeah.
that David right there? Who is that? Who would that be?
yeah.
Wrestling a lion? Or is that there's actually a famous image of Solomon doing that.
That first one there is that person in bandages the first one you looked at?
Yes. Yeah. I think that
Is it
might be
like
Lazarus. Lazarus,
oh right, oh yeah, Lazarus
I
risen.
believe.
Okay.
Because like that's like actually seal, raise the dead. Like they
Yep.
think
Makes sense.
they look at the resurrection as Jesus' example to us of the ability to conquer the material world. That's what they view the resurrection as.
Mr. Caller, Mate, no,
Hey,
these
what's
are
up?
all. He's saying these are old world. It could be Saturn when it was our sun. I totally agree. I didn't
Hmm.
want to say, but I totally agree.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it absolutely could be. You're absolutely right. That's very true. So, according to his story, Mr. Colo, what's up? What's up? By the way, I see you all the time in my comment section. Um, but this is the so this was built in 1894 in eight months. This rough faced
What?
granite structure. Yeah, no joke. That's what originally drew me to this place.
Just slap it
Was
up in eight
the
months.
8 months in
Nice.
1894, and they got a bunch of photos that are very interesting construction photos on this place. I will say, like they basically so this whole area right here that you see is the reflection pool right now.
Yeah.
Like picture that being just dug out down like 50 feet from where those people are standing. Like all the land around me right here was gone, just completely gone in the construction photos, which is very strange. It's almost as strange as them being able to do this right here in 8 months in 1894. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
it's that's pretty wild. But
it is.
the pictures, they certainly don't provide much veracity to the his story argument, in my opinion. When you look at them, I think it's actually the
And
opposite.
to go along with the commenter, yeah, when they can't produce any ledgers, they do produce ledgers. They produce like, oh, this many tons of thousands of boulders or whatever, and then that's it. That's like
Yeah,
my question is,
and usually a sonic number. It'll be like
yes, 33
33
33
thousand
million pounds or whatever.
granite
Yeah.
pound. Yeah, exactly. I've seen that so many times. It's a joke. It's an
And
absolute joke at this
my
point.
favorite question of all is always, where did it come from and how did it get there specifically? And of
Yeah,
course, there were railroad infrastructure during this time. Of course, I'm not debating that. But when you're talking about this much materials, and it's not just stones either. I mean, how are they? Look at that stone.
yeah. Look at that. That's
They're
like dude.
gonna,
This is nothing in this. Like as far as this building is concerned, this is a little side entrance that meant nothing to anybody, right? Like but that's how much detail they put into that. I think that's rose granite, like polished rose granite. I think is what you call it. They're red. I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, there you go. There's a better angle. You can see the
It
redness.
does look like that. Yeah.
Um, and yeah, you're right. It's smooth. It's polished. Like
Mm.
again, 1894. We're supposed to believe this was all hand done, guys.
so do you
You know?
remember in the 1990s, there was this TV show called Nova? Do you remember the TV show Nova?
No, but that's what my chat GPT named herself. It's interesting.
Oh, that's weird. Well, they
Yeah.
did this whole thing where they tried to move like giant bricks of, giant blocks, and they failed miserably. And on the show, they were like, the show's been pulled now. I think you could probably find it on YT or something, but you have to look it up. It's like Nova's Secrets of Lost Empires experiments
No, I'm
from the
definitely gonna check it out.
1990s. And they're trying to haul these bricks like this, just haul them, and they
I'm
just
pretty.
failed miserably.
I can't. I'm trying to remember, but I think Nova is Latin for new. I believe that's what it means in Latin. Look at. All right. I'm sorry. So we're looking at this building right here, right? And this is also their building. Okay. I was trying to get a better angle like across the way here. Look at how far this drops down, dude. You guys see that from where I'm standing?
Yeah.
Like the staircase.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
I'm on street level here. That's got to be almost 2 stories. You see how it? There's
Mm-hmm.
one drop off right there.
Well, it says
Another,
something
and
about
then
there's a
another.
parking garage
Look at that.
somewhere.
That door. All right. So that door right there. Okay. Has to be at least 84 inches tall. So that's almost 7 feet about right there. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
almost that floor right there is about 20 feet down from street level. Why
Well,
and
and it
how?
goes even further because they say something along with the pool that there's also a parking garage somewhere.
Oh, I bet everywhere. Mike, remember that from the Boston Common Live, right?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah. Yeah. In that
I kept
park.
showing you guys, like I was like, yeah, that's another elevator that goes below my feet. I don't even know how many stories down to the parking garages below me. Like as we're walking around this park that's supposedly been here since 1700 or the late 1600s. You know what I mean? Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just so crazy. Like the amount of like subterranean infrastructure we had pre 1900. Okay, in
Right.
Boston, and that's including like our entire water system, like a lot of our subway, the first sub ocean subway in the country or in the world, which they decided to build right under the original state house. Like, like it's just none of it adds up. Like the math ain't
No.
mathing. The more you look into it, and people laugh at me, like that they don't that really they're just not educated. It's like, all right, so I'm the crazy one for thinking
Yeah.
that they could
Yes.
do this in 8 months in
Well, and they even
1894.
had
Is that
those
really that crazy?
Yeah.
the pneumatic underground systems. Those were really cool.
Oh, dude, yeah. No, there's
They
a
ran by
whole.
air. Air pressure and vacuum moved vehicles through these underground tunnels. We had that. Like
So it's funny. It's
in
funny you say that because like I'm putting together another video right now on Nuremberg. I don't know if you guys have seen any of my previous videos on it, but it was like they considered it a mythological Viking settlement that was here in the northeast of the United States, like pre-Columbus.
oh yes, okay.
So, and it's called Nuremberg. What a rabbit hole! If you guys are looking for a new rabbit hole, check that one out. Okay, so
Okay.
the inventor of baking powder, also a Harvard professor. This guy Eben Norton Horsford was his name in the 1800s. I forget, it was like 1870s, probably around the same time this was built, but allegedly. But he believed, based off his evidence of underground waterways here in Boston, Massachusetts, that the Vikings had a bustling metropolis here, and he believed it so wholeheartedly. Like even though it was mythical, a bunch of other like schools got in on it. The towns and cities were like, yeah, you can erect a monument here called Nuremberg of this or Nuremberg of that, like with Leif Erikson on it. Even though we know it's all bullshit, they were like, yeah, sure, go ahead. He erected a tower, a huge Leif Erikson statue. They have Nuremberg Hall at Wellesley College in Boston. There's Nuremberg Hill. There's all kinds of places named Nuremberg that was supposedly mythical. Like, that's a little odd, right? Are we just gonna say it was all this one guy? Like he was responsible for it?
Wow.
It's a very interesting rabbit hole. Like the guy went into so much detail, Mike. He had like Leif Erikson and his sons listed on the plaque. I did a video on the tower. It's called Nuremberg Tower
Okay.
in Weston, Massachusetts. I think they may have muted that one, like many of my videos at this point. But he erected it in the 1800s or 1900 maybe max, and he paid for it, I guess, out of pocket. But it was to, I guess, memorialize the site of the first fort by Leif Erikson, which he then passed down to his two sons. This is all listed on the plaque that the guy made, and it's an ancient tower, dude. Ancient stone tower, like a lot of the water towers I see. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like. Same exact thing. But it's very interesting. The guy went into so much detail, and he was clearly not an idiot. I mean, the guy he was known as the baking powder magnate, or magnate, because he made so much money from his invention of baking powder.
We still use baking powder.
I know, as a Harvard professor. You know what I'm saying? So he was no dummy. I doubt he was just like jumping to conclusions. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that was his primary piece of evidence, was the underground waterways, which I think we now have covered up with a lot of subways. But yeah, goes back to what you were talking about, Emery.
Yeah, with the pneumatic underground systems. And that to me is crazy because that's using air pressure and vacuum. So that means that those are sealed tunnels, right? But we have them in 1870. We have them.
Just stay there,
wild.
Rob.
What's that?
Yeah, look at that. See that somatic there?
Oh yeah, you want to look at that? Yeah, we can look at that.
Yeah, if back in the day, like there are depictions. I know people say somatics and stuff like that, but that was a picture of Saturn when Venus was in front of it. And there were these rays that come off it, looked like a wheel.
The one that's the center?
No, the whole thing. The whole thing.
Oh, the whole image.
Yeah, is the shape of it you get a lot of these people that will say, "Oh, it's through vibration they come up with those shapes," but that shape there is Venus in the middle, and these sun rays coming off Venus, like it was blocking Saturn when Saturn was a sun,
Hmm.
and those rays are the depiction
So
of the.
I don't
Yep.
doubt that, Mike. But don't you think that maybe the people that made those images were somewhat familiar with cymatics and the power of sound? Because like
Oh
it's kind
no,
of it's kind
totally.
of it's kind of coincidental that it's the exact same shape as something a certain
No,
frequency makes. You know what I mean?
totally, man. I sort of have this problem with it, with the cymatics and the old depictions of Saturn. I struggle sometimes.
Well, I think this place is a perfect example. Like this is like part of what's emphasized my belief that sound is like the one of the primary powers that we have as people, like the power
Mm.
of sound and vibration, right? Like that's what this place truly believes. Like they believe that's the best healer that exists is the spoken word. And I think we talked about this the last live I did here, but like even in the Bible, God had to say, "Let there be light." He didn't just think it. He didn't just wave his hand. He had to say it out loud, right? So I think there's something to that. And then like we got into this the last time, if you recall, like how like
I just look.
most
I just struggle. I just struggle with who recorded him saying "Let there be light."
oh I know I don't I'm not buying all that, but like a lot of but
Yeah,
I know that that's a common theme in many cultures though. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not just in the Bible. Like the spoken
No,
word has a certain power behind it. You know what I mean? I mean that's what this
yeah,
place was built on. That's what this church was built on. Literally, like that's how she found this place. Like when she was supposedly healed by people reading scripture to her. You know when she tried everything else. Apparently, I forget how she got all her money. It was inherited, I think, but pretty impressive. Like the amount of churches that popped up across our country in a very short
hmm
period of time. And like, but what's also interesting about this church is like the population was like actually like early on it was very healthy, as you can imagine with building structures like this, right? Like they had
right.
a very large congregation, but that dwindled pretty fast. I think in the early 1900s, it just started dropping off, like like my videos do on TikTok after a certain amount of time. You know,
That the rock in this building, it sort of perplexes me because it's sort of a whitish color, is it? Or it
this one
seems
is
different.
yeah. The extension part is this. Well, this
Oh,
one
okay.
is more gray. It does have a lot of quartz in it. You can
All
see the
right.
shines. So I don't know if
Oh, yeah,
see
yeah,
all that.
yeah,
So this
yeah.
is
Right.
granite. You can see like those are all quartz specks.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that which is that's another power creator right there. Like that, like
Yeah, yeah.
that's why our watch batteries say quartz on them. Because like we figured that out a long time ago.
Piezoelectric stuff. Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, when you compress quartz under a certain amount of pressure, it actually creates its own electrical current. And that's why
Yeah.
watch batteries last forever. Interesting how they haven't really expanded on that idea. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
not. It's
Mr.
just,
Colo, when I was talking about that cymatic there, Saturn and Venus, he said it's called Venus Dawn. He's totally correct. That's where it came from.
okay,
And
but
it's just strange that it's
Venus was a Greek or a Roman creation, right? So like it had to be something before that. Usually it is. Like it was probably something in the Sumerian belief or something. I believe. That's usually how it works out. At least in my experience. Like when you find any of these gods and goddesses or symbols,
mm,
usually you can trace them as far back as them. And I don't think that's as far back as it goes either. I think it goes even further, in my opinion. Right? Look at that balcony
yeah.
right there.
Are there any more windows, or is that the only
So the
cymatic
stained
with
glass,
the
no, there's two main windows that are cymatics and design. Then you have all these little scenes right here, but only on the old part, like the newer church, like
yeah.
yeah. When I say newer, 1904 to 1906, that's when that was built. But
So I got
um,
two numbers associated with this. Now, if we're taking just the outside ring, I'm getting
yeah,
528. But then if you put the whole thing together with the inside and the outside together, so the entire thing is 432.
Is that the same shape as the other side right there? Are you able to tell? Or is that a different shape?
I think it's the same.
It looks similar. It does look similar.
Is it 12 on the outside, 12 on the inside? So yes, it's the same.
Interesting. Yeah, there's definitely something to that stuff. And like I bet you the quartz in all these granite blocks does something as well. You know? Like the shine or the energy that it's able to produce. Because yeah, and
Well,
who is it? Misty Colo. I'm sorry, I haven't responded, but yeah, I don't believe that we built this stuff either. I certainly don't believe that we built this in 8 months in 1894 when we can't accomplish this feat in 8 years at this point with all our technology. Yeah, no, I don't think we built this shit. Okay, at all. I've been saying that for so long now. I'm trying to move on to deeper stuff because like there has to be more to it, right? You know, like
well,
this stuff definitely was already here. You haven't seen anything built like this. Your parents haven't seen anything built like this. Your grandparents haven't seen anything built like this. And maybe your great grandparents, maybe they have. And yet somehow we have these all over the world, and everybody just accepts that we did it back then. When none of your family, immediate family that you have any record of, could tell you so, that they saw it.
we have a
You know?
church being built right next door to my building, and it's very, very simple, plain, rough cut bricks, and it's taken 3 years so far, and they work on it every day.
Oh, dude, yeah.
And there's no fancy windows, there's nothing, there's no
Oh,
domes, there's no carved columns of beautiful smooth granite, there's nothing. There's nothing
this
like
is
that, and you know, people work here every single day, and
yeah.
it's not even remotely close to being done either, and it's been 3 years. And so I'm waiting. I've been watching this thing go up. I should take some videos for you guys, but
No,
yeah,
please do. Yeah.
it's
No, they've
it's
been working on
pretty-
the road system in my town for the past 6 months. I've had to take detours, all summer and months before summer. What is this stained glass all about right there? You guys see that?
Yeah.
It's just
it's
you
like
see like the star. There's like a star and like a.
the clouds parting in a star.
I think I can get a
Perhaps?
better shot. Hold on. Let me see. I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. I think my lens is dirty.
Batman.
it
Is it like a?
No. wasn't. It wasn't the lens. I don't think.
What the
You guys
hell
can't
is
see
that?
either, right? It's weird,
Yeah,
right?
we can see it. Yeah.
It looks like a broken star, like not a completed star. Like it's got like a gap in it.
Okay.
That's just odd to me. Like, because all the other
That
ones like
is-
look like this. Like these ones over here look like this one. Like in that one.
Yeah.
And then you got that weird one, which
Yeah.
almost looks like it just doesn't fit with the rest of them. Right?
Yeah, that
It
is odd.
does.
I don't know. I just noticed that.
That would be
But-
Saturn. That could be very correct. Looks
Oh,
like
that's a great. Who said that? That's a great point. Very well could
yeah.
be. That is a great
Yeah.
point. I would love to see where this place lines up, like geographically, because like I don't know if you noticed how
Yeah.
central we are, like in the city of Boston. This is probably one of the most prime spots of real estate you can find here in the Back Bay, which is like the wealthiest, like most expensive area, right? And they have this whole complex, this whole plaza is all this. Like, how? From a religion that a woman started out of nothing in the 1870s that was supposedly very controversial to what everyone else believed. Hey, what's up, G Mike? I tried to invite you, bro. I don't know why it didn't work.
You're saying is there any trees? Any trees
No, there's really
planted
no.
around the structure?
Yeah, right over here. See the line of them? Those look
Oh, yeah.
relatively new, though. Hold on. Get the pedicabs all over the place. Are you guys having a lot of the e-bike issues that we are?
We don't have
Those things are a serious
e-bikes
problem
here.
right now. Those things are turning into a serious problem. It's
What's the problem? What's going on with that?
just another kid gets hit by a car every other week.
Oh,
not
Yeah,
every
really?
it's,
Oh, it's
happening
brutal.
here too.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, yeah. I was actually talking to ChatGPT about that on the ride up, because some kid almost, and I was asking like what the difference was between those and dirt bikes. It's like why can they ride those and you can't ride a dirt bike down the street? You know,
Well,
it,
cars
it
and
really
bikes
it
don't
depends.
mix. I mean,
It depends. Yeah, it depends on like the specs, like the original specs. But the problem with that is all the kids know how to turn the governor off, like like I
Yeah, they
used to
know.
in the golf
Yeah,
carts when I was a kid.
yeah, they soup them up, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're flying around going like 50 miles
okay,
an hour on those
so
things.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
commenter says, surrounded by water makes me think a circuit. And what do I always say, you guys?
Yeah.
You guys know me, you know
No,
my
yeah.
page, you know what my entire theory is about this situation.
Oh,
So the
100%.
buildings are energy generators surrounded by batteries that are all connected to every other plaza and giant old world building. They're all connected. And I
Agreed.
call it the ether line, right?
Yeah.
So this was a worldwide generating
And I think
energy machine that was all hooked together. So the buildings themselves are a machine. I refer to them as machines because they are.
it looks like this one literally went to the strip club too, like with all the sparkles from the glitter. Do you guys see that? Like
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
all the quartz, like it's just so shiny.
Mm,
It's I nobody else has experienced that one, huh? Well, my bad.
mm.
Moving on. So it's weird. What's weird is they have 6 windows under each one of these, the Cymatics, right? You guys
I
notice that?
had, yeah, I
Yeah.
saw
Well,
that one
it's
too.
another set of 12, I guess, if you think about it, because the top is separate from the bottom. So that's another set of 12, like just like the other side. You know what I mean? How they separated the top half from the bottom half, or the top cap, if you will, of those. So there's actually 12 windows right there.
You know what? I have seen the sparkly stones, and I saw those in,
Yeah,
where was that? Veracruz, in Veracruz. And it
it's
was
so cool to see.
because it had lava. It was lava rock.
Interesting. Can you guys look to see what this is? This granite? My guess would
It,
be granite.
my guess is that's granite, but
Are
I
you able to look it
Sort
up?
of
definitely,
Can you
granite.
look it? You could probably look it up.
yeah. Let
I
me
think.
look it
Thank
up
you.
here.
I appreciate it. It's what I would guess is rough. What they call rough faced granite.
Yeah, rough. Yeah.
That's what they called this style
Yeah.
back in the day. And I think it's considered Gothic, and this part's considered neoclassical. I'm trying to get up with my my architectural terms. I mean, as a builder, it makes sense to do so, you know.
Yeah.
But I think this is neoclassical, and I think this was considered Gothic right here. Or there's another term. There's another term on top of Gothic. I forget what it was. That's definitely rough faced. I think granite though. That would be my best guess. You guys see the look at that? Like you guys see the keystone in that window right there?
Yeah.
And then look. Oh, I didn't even notice the. You guys notice the triangle indentation?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. All pointing in.
How many are there? Another
Are
12?
there 11? I
There's
think there
12,
are 11.
12 on the inside, 12 on the outside.
No, I'm saying the arrows. See the arrows on the outside?
Oh, the arrows?
Or
Oh,
the pyramid? Or the pyramid? The triangle?
yeah.
The
I
equilateral
didn't count
triangle?
those guys.
It looks like a compass almost. Well, it's the
So
same amount of
looking
spokes. However many spokes there are. How many spokes are there?
12.
Oh, there's 12. So yeah, there's 12 of those arrows too. Then.
looking at that window and that cross up the top, you would probably
Yeah.
safely say that that's pointing east, right?
I don't know
Have
actually,
you
Mike.
got any sort of bearings there?
Dude, in downtown, it's very hard, man. You got
Yeah,
no,
right.
you
It's
got
easy
no
to get bushed.
landmarks really. I'm trying. Like, I couldn't even tell you where the ocean is right now. I'm trying
Okay.
to. Shit. No, so Back Bay gets like Boston Public Library is behind me. If that adds like in Trinity Church, like Copley Square, that area.
It's behind you. So okay, so we've got the reflecting pool. Where's the library in comparison to the reflecting pool? Is it like in
So
line with it?
it would be where that window's facing, like you were just saying, actually.
Yeah,
Like
right. See, that's
if
the
I were to
east.
cut
It'd be
if I
the
were to
east.
cut through that building right there, this
I
one
know he
that
put
this
money
one
on it. That's the
yo,
east
this one that
line.
just
Yeah.
drop this one that just drops off the face of the earth. This building
Okay.
where you just like just because that's normal, right? Because everybody builds like that.
Yeah, yeah. Let's just dig it out and
Yeah, and build retaining walls that we don't need to build. That's my favorite
yeah,
part. So like you wouldn't have to build these walls right
yeah.
here on the staircase. You wouldn't have to do that. You could have just put it. You just
No,
could have put an entrance
no,
right here where
no.
one of these windows are. Just put
Yeah,
your right there. Nope, no point in doing
yeah.
that. Makes no
No,
So
sense.
the
mate, it'd take
crystalline
you.
flecks are New Hampshire granite.
What is it? New Hampshire granite. What
New
part?
Hampshire granite.
What part of New Hampshire? You know? Is it Proctor? Or is that
It
Vermont?
just
Proctor's
says
Proctor. I think. Because
fine grained New Hampshire granite.
there's only a couple towns that they like would import this stuff from, like up there, and like they're very well known. Like Vermont was known for their marble. It was called blue marble. It was I think in Proctor, Vermont, or something. They used it on the St. Anne Church in Fall River that I filmed, and and there's one in New Hampshire, and then there's another one in Maine. Hallowell, Maine is where they got a lot of the granite, like for the Forefathers Monument that I've done a bunch on
Hmm.
in Plymouth. That was all from Maine,
They're also citing
which is
Bedford
weird, right?
limestone from Indiana, the New
Interesting.
Hampshire granite, the Tennessee marble.
So the limestone is definitely the white structure, like the Mother Church extension. That one,
Yeah,
that's what the limestone is, and then the other one's
Bedford
the New Hampshire
limestone.
granite. The Mother Church, the original Mother Church, this one right here. That's the New Hampshire granite you're saying. Thank you for looking that up.
Yep,
I appreciate it.
you got it.
But you really can't beat it down here at nighttime. It's very quiet usually, which is odd for Boston normally. 8 months though, and a year and a half for the back.
Yeah, I mean, it would take you 6 months just to excavate. You know, with the
Dude,
depth.
when you see the photos, you
Yeah.
would think it took them 6 years to excavate because they literally like this whole thing, like this whole pool, this whole area, this whole street. That building wasn't there, and there was another building right there next to it, like where the extension is. So there
You're
was
right.
another building that was actually this one was connected to in the construction photos I saw, which was weird. I said that
Hmm.
during the video. I was like, why? What happened to that place? And why does it have a staircase that connects it to this that they just built? But this was all 50, 60 feet deep, dude. Like just a huge
Oh
trench
wow.
everywhere
Wow.
you looked in the photos. And it's like, why would they ever do that? And how? And how? Like how did they do that? You know? Where did all the dirt go?
Yep,
Eight?
and this commenter making all the same points that I always make is like, how long would it take a donkey to deliver that? Haha, yeah, exactly.
For real.
But
8 months.
my point is always like, they always had this huge giant workforce, right? And then
They
think
really
about
don't
the
though.
amount of
They
people,
really don't. When you look
right?
into the details, they don't.
But
Even in
they're
like the
acting like
construction
they have
stories.
a complete, 1 million person army to do all of this. And then that comes the question, where does the food come from? Where do the animals come from? Where did the
Who was
food for the animals come from? Where does all the tack come from for the animals? Like, it's
who was
always like
taking
if
care
you
of the
give a mouse
masons?
a cookie, right? It's always
Yeah.
something else.
How
So
cool is that
where are
though?
all these people making tools come from? Where are those people staying and eating while they're making tools? Because, if you use
Who's
a tool for a while, it's going to break. You need more tools. Like, there's
and
always
who's feed
something else you need.
I always wonder who's feeding their families while they're away building these structures because like they didn't have
And
like
where are they
central like
sleeping? Where
grocery.
are
They
they
didn't have
going to the bathroom? Like, you've
oh
seen
they well a lot of
construction
them
sites and porta potties. I mean, come on, they weren't having those back then. So where were all of these things? Like, where were they? Like,
those are actually my favorite stories when they talk construction camps in the write ups like that.
right.
There's some awesome stories about those places like we're just outlaw drinking and gambling and that's why like they were able to accomplish what they did, like build stuff like this.
And they
Well,
didn't have clean water. They just
it's
drank
like, are you kidding
cerveza
me?
all day.
You guys ever hung out with any guys from the trades? Like, you think you're
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
successful in outlawing drinking and gambling from those guys? Good luck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All
Like,
right.
seriously, good luck. Like, especially when you like the story I'm thinking of is, you guys have heard me talk about the Ames brothers, like the Ames family from Easton. I'm sure, like
Mhm.
I've done a bunch of videos on Easton, Mass. Like, it has a bunch of buildings like this, but they built the Transcontinental Railroad for Lincoln, the Ames brothers, and as a result, they got a pyramid erected for them out in Beaufort, Wyoming.
Mhm.
Okay, there's a massive pyramid that has like their faces on it in Beaufort, Wyoming, built in like the 90s by Henry Hobson Richardson, my boy. And all just for their involvement in the railroads, but they like had like this whole story about the construction crew, because the crew was from Boston. It was called I know the name of it, Norcross Construction, like, which is very common. You'll see it in a lot of stories. Like, they were out of Boston and they built things all over the country somehow in the 1800s, but they started this whole little construction camp like out in the middle of like the desert in like Wyoming by a quarry. They quarried all the stone from this crazy canyon and brought it all and built that pyramid again. And like, I think it was under a year, I think is what they said. But it's just like, how unbelievable like, does it get? Not only they ship these guys from Boston, like, there was nobody closer, but and then they make them all stay. They build like a little settlement for them. There was no town available. They had lodging they could stay at anywhere. That was just a good spot to build the pyramid. And the funny part is they actually built the pyramid on somebody else's property. Like, when you really look into the story, they got into a big lawsuit about it because like they supposedly built the pyramid on some other dude's like private property, and he sued them and ended up going bankrupt, suing the
Oh,
government
no.
and the railroads. Yeah, yeah, it's fun. History is fun. Why do we have Why does that look like the Irish flag right now? You guys see that? The Peru, the white, orange, and green. No, you guys don't see that? Is that coming through?
Yeah, we see it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Is there
why.
anything going on? Is there anything happening in Ireland?
Rebellion.
We're paused. Okay.
I was actually cut out there, Amore. Did I miss anything, or it just went to pause?
I think it just went to pause. I put my
Oh, okay.
microphone on mute 1 second. My dog was barking.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But yeah, I think I need to repost that one video that I made with just the ether line, the maps that kind of gives like a good visual. And I've started to map them just here in Mexico, but I haven't even started on United States yet. But even just here in Mexico, when we went to Puebla, there's like 38 churches in Puebla alone in just one city. 38 with domes and everything.
When you map them out, Amore, do you take into consideration the like north, south, east, and west?
Yeah, I'm looking at that, but right now I'm just mapping like where they are in conjunction with each other, and I'm pretty sure the pattern will kind of release itself, right? So
Yeah.
at this point, it's just church to church to church. Which one connects to which one, and which one
Mhm.
connects to the next one. And
Okay.
so far, I've got between Puebla, Mexico City, and Pachuca done, and that's taken me like 6 months.
Yeah, right.
Just because it's so many, and then I stop and I take breaks and I go to other places, and then I'm trying to like factor in how to put into like aqueducts or other archaeological features that might, they're still part of
Mhm.
it some way, right? Because that's the water source. That is
Yeah, yeah.
how that is exactly how that if there's areas where they need to jump a lot of land and there's not much water, they have to build an aqueduct, and then they build the church right after, church before the aqueduct, build the aqueduct, the next church, so they're all connected. I have no doubt in my mind that every single one of these buildings are connected in some way to each other,
Yeah.
because they're all sharing the same energy source. It's a
Mm.
giant power plant that we used to
Mm.
have that we don't have
Mhm.
anymore. And the other issue that I'm running into is many of them are destroyed, right?
Yeah.
So when I start getting, especially like towards northern Mexico, towards the border of the United States, a lot of those were destroyed, a lot of them. So that's, I mean, I'm just going to have to keep mapping and try to, take into account some of these ones that were destroyed as well.
Okay. Hey Eve, how are you, love?
I'm not quite in South America yet. We'll get there eventually, but I'm working. I have definitely a list for South America right now, but I'm sure it's not a complete list yet. But we're getting there. Panama Canal is very interesting. That one, I found several maps of the Panama Canal before the Panama Canal was even built, and it was still the Panama Canal, so that's interesting. Um, yeah, there's one creator on here. He does really old maps, and he has several that the Panama Canal is clearly there before it was a canal. So but they were using it, I guess. Yeah. So anyway, it's a work in progress. I'm still working on the book as well, so that's slowly but surely. The other issue I've had is my phone has decided not to work, so I had to order a new phone, and I'm waiting on that.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, we've been doing everything on the iPad now at home, and so hopefully we'll have the new phone soon. And I've tried to do some lives, but of course, everywhere I go here, there's no service. So I've been looking into doing the Starlink and
Ah,
seeing if I
right.
can get that to work
Yeah.
here.
Oh, that should work.
Yeah, because there's just so many really amazing places I want to be on live and show you guys live, but I can't because there's no service.
No service in the joint. Yeah.
Yeah.